And welcome back to Radio Free Eireann, WBI 99.5 FM in New York. We're going over to Derry to talk to Gary Donnelly of the 32 County Sovereignty Movement. Gary, thanks very much for being with us.
Not a problem at all.
So, Gary, I guess congratulations are in order. The Police Service of Northern Ireland tried to frame you, saying you were involved in an attack because you own a cell phone.
That's correct.
I think a few people own cell phones.
Yeah, it's dangerous to have they own a cell phone in Ireland at the minute. Well, they dropped the charges last week.
What were the charges, Gary?
The charges were having an item likely to be useful to terrorists.
That's a tough one to get out of if you own a cell phone. I mean, they could just charge everybody in the 6 counties or the 32.
Indeed, yeah. It was a connection between a phone that I had and a phone call made to a journalist. And they tried to connect it with a claim of responsibility for an attack on a car belonging to a connection with a member of the British police. And
the journalist even said that you were not the person who called.
That's correct. What happened was that a few months back, about 6:30 in the morning, a number of carloads of British police arrived at my home at 6:30 in the morning. I was arrested and taken to interrogation centre, and I was questioned about a phone call. They refused to tell me who I was alleged to have phoned, which was ridiculous because of their alleging I made this phone call, then surely I would have known who it was a phone. But after 36 hours, they eventually told me that it was a journalist, and I know the journalist personally. I used to work with him, and when they told me it was a journalist, I immediately denied, that my phone call to him wasn't anything other than a legitimate phone call regarding a newspaper article that he had did on me the previous day. But despite this, they were having none of it, and I was taken to court in Derry, where I was charged, and they tried to remand me in custody. Now, only for my lawyer put up a good fight, and I was given bail that day before they could remand me in custody. Now, it was revealed during this court appearance that the journalist had told the British police that it wasn't me who made the phone call. The British police denied this, and eventually one of the officers had to go and retrieve the notes, and it was in the notes that the journalist said that it wasn't me. The journalist was asked initially by the British police 6 weeks after the incident, how did he get the claim of responsibility? And because he told them that it was between 10 and 11 a.m. and my phone call happened to be in his phone between that time, then that made me automatically, a suspect. But it transpired that a phone call to the journalist's phone was made at 3 minutes past 11 from a phone box, which they didn't investigate in any shape, form, or fashion.
So, Gary, in other words, they never had any evidence against you whatsoever?
None, no evidence in any shape, form, or fashion, nothing other than, a phone call, and which I explained through my solicitor to the PSNI. Also, as a result of my activism, my phone would be constantly bugged, and and it would be listened into by British intelligence and security services, like all Republican activists. So these people obviously have transcripts of this put away somewhere, which would easily be, which could easily clarify the situation. However, they refused to go down that line, and eventually, during the bail, I had to be observe a curfew between 11 o'clock at night and 8 a.m. and I had to sign on to the local PSNI station, and the charges were eventually dropped.
And when were you charged?
Sorry, when was it charged?
Yeah.
I was charged August.
Huh. So in August you're charged, and you have to observe a curfew, report to the police station, and then in December they finally get around to dropping the charges.
That's correct, yes.
Now, Gary, this sends a chilling effect to other Irish Republicans. We just had on Kate Traynor from Armagh talking about Martin Corey, who's back in prison. We have Jerry McGill, who's now waiting for a verdict to come down on his case through a diplock court. It sends a message out that if you're an Irish Republican that, we'll get you on a cell phone, we'll get you for IRA membership in 1976. We're going to put you in jail if you buck the system. But a thing that came out during the week, and it was in the papers, it's on Newshound, is that the Democratic Unionist Party, Ian Paisley's party, with Jerry Adams' party, the Provisional Sinn Féin, issued a statement condemning Irish Republicans.
Yeah, it now appears, that the provisional movement sees republicanism as the cause of conflict in Ireland. They constantly call on Republicans to go away, rather than, people need to be asked.